Hey everyone, let's keep working on roles in ArcGIS Online. Last time we left off on the Member Roles tab in the settings of our organization account. Now click Create a Role to start making a custom role for our organization. Let's create a role called Content Organizer. This is just an example, but we'll go ahead and fill it in. We type Content Organizer as the role name. Then in the description, we can say something like, this role allows users to manage, organize, and structure content, including maps and datasets. Below the description, we have a slider that lets us align the privileges to match Esri's predetermined roles. Let's go ahead and set it to View, Edit, Create, and Manage, which is compatible with a Professional Plus user type. Okay, now we're in the Role Privileges section where you can define what permissions a custom role will have. Under General Privileges, you can expand different categories like members, groups, and content to enable specific privileges. You can enable individual privileges by clicking on them, or you can enable all by clicking the Enable All button for each section. The Expand All button lets you view all available privileges for easier selection. So in the Role Privileges section, you have General Privileges and Administrative Privileges. General privileges include basic permissions for everyday tasks like viewing and editing content, managing user settings, and working with groups. There are 38 privileges you can enable individually or all at once. Administrative privileges deal with higher level control over the organization's settings and resources, such as managing users and configuring settings. 34 privileges available for you to review and enable as needed. Both sections are important for customizing what a role can and cannot do within your ArcGIS Online organization, depending on the role's purpose. We'll focus on the administrative section. If you're looking to create a different type of role, you can always explore the options available in the general section and tweak them to suit your needs. In the Administrative Privileges section, we can set permissions across 5 different categories. First, we have Members, where we can manage things like member accounts and details. Next is Groups, which allows us to control group-related settings. Content focuses on permissions for managing maps, apps, and other resources. Then we have ArcGIS Marketplace Subscriptions, which deals with managing access to marketplace items. Lastly, there's Organization Settings, where we can adjust settings that affect the entire organization. Let's begin by enabling some privileges for our custom role, starting with the Members section. First up, we'll turn on View All, which allows the member to view full account information. Next, we'll enable Update so they can reset passwords and update account details. We'll also enable Delete to let them remove accounts. Let's also enable Invite so the member can invite new users to the organization. We won't allow the member to disable or enable other members' accounts. For change roles, let's keep it off for now since we don't want this role modifying other members' roles. Following the pattern of the privileges we're setting, the role won't be able to manage licenses or manage categories. Let's work on the Groups section now. We'll start by enabling View All so the member can see all the groups in the organization. Next, let's activate Update, allowing them to make changes to the groups. We'll also enable Delete to give the member permission to remove groups when needed. For now, we'll keep Reassign Ownership and Assign Members disabled as we don't want this role to manage those aspects yet. We could enable those later if needed. The same goes for Link to Organization-Specific Group and Create with Update capabilities. We'll leave these off for now. Let's not forget the final option in the Groups section, Create with Leaving Disallowed. This option allows the member to create and own groups where members cannot leave, typically used for administrative groups. For now, this option is disabled. Let's enable View All so the member can see all the content within the organization. Next, we'll activate Update, allowing them to update and categorize content. We'll also enable Delete so they can remove content when needed. We'll keep reassign ownership disabled for now, as we don't want this role to manage content ownership transfers. The same goes for manage categories and publish web tools, which we'll leave off. Next, let's enable share member content with organization to allow internal content sharing. And we'll also enable share member content with public so they can share content publicly. Lastly, we'll leave create and manage administrative reports disabled, since this role doesn't need that responsibility. Let's move on to the ArcGIS Marketplace Subscriptions section. First, let's enable Create and Manage, which allows the member to create listings, list items, and manage subscriptions within the ArcGIS Marketplace. This includes managing purchasers and contact information for your organization. Next, we'll leave Purchase and Get Free Products disabled for now, as we don't want this role to handle purchasing or accessing free products from the marketplace just yet. Finally, we'll keep Start Trials off, as this role won't be managing trial subscriptions at the moment. The last part we need to configure is Organization Settings. We'll leave Security and Infrastructure disabled for now, as this role won't handle those settings. Let's enable Organization Website to allow the member to manage the website settings. We'll also activate Collaboration so they can handle organizational collaborations. We'll keep Credits enabled to give them control over the organization's credit budgeting. For now, we'll leave Member Roles and Utility Services off, as this role doesn't require those responsibilities. Once everything is configured, we'll click Save to confirm the changes. We finished configuring the role and its privileges. Let's review how it looks. The description we added appears alongside the privileges we assigned, giving us a good summary of what the role can and cannot do. Of course, if we're not satisfied, we can always go back and edit it by selecting the three dots and choosing Edit. We could also delete it if needed. That's all. Thank you very much for your attention.